Hello, welcome to the Red Room. Today we're going to talk about Wretched, of course. We're going to talk about the Wretched Verses, right?
Yes, the Wretched Verses. There are several already released, but we didn't talk about them separately, just as an announcement a couple of weeks ago, I think. So let's do a recap of the Wretched Verses so far.
Let's do a recap.
Recap. And we can also anticipate some of those that are ready because there are several.
They're in
Okay,
the
so
microwave.
the first Wretched Verse was a city guide for Avalidad, which is a part of it was already in the book. It's included. Cats everywhere. It's included in the book already, but there are some tables of random encounters and some other stuff there to make it worth it. Uh, it's cheap anyway, so it's just $1.
Number one, Avalidad City Guide.
Yeah, number one, Avalidad City Guide. Then the second one is for Wretched Epoch, and it's called The Den. It's about opium dens and other places of debauchery that include drugs. It's a Joe Coombs source book, a small one, of course. This is just a few pages. I'm not sure how many, but it's not a big one. So you
Then
have some information about dens and some tables and some information about drugs and how you can use
it's
them.
always good to have information about drugs.
Yes, especially directed for 19th century. So you can use it in Wretched Epoch or in Wretched Country or in some other game if you want. This one is also very cheap. It's 150, I think. The third Wretched verse is let me check
The
which.
sands of
I think it's that one.
blood in the arena.
Yeah, Blood in the Arena. So Blood in the Arena is a large one. This is something we had discussed already before about doing something with gladiators, but it's not really historical. It's just partly historical.
Well, it's not historical.
Partly in the sense that it is, yeah, maybe some things are historically accurate because it was inspired by Spartacus, the TV show. So, okay, so
yeah, but
some things must be.
it was done as a supplement for
Yeah,
Wretched
Wretched
Bastards,
Bastards, so it's not.
because
It's
that
not
way
the last
it
Romans.
doesn't have to be exactly historically accurate.
Yes, so it's the historically accurate part that may be there. It's just a coincidence.
An accident.
Yeah, an accident because it doesn't take place in Rome. It takes place in Vitulia, but Vitulia is Rome, but not our
Antilia
Rome.
Rome.
Yeah, Antilia's Rome. It's called Vitulia, and it takes place in a
Ludo is what they call Ludo.
Ludorum. I think it's Ludorum. Yes.
Ludo.
In the Ludorum. I could check, but I think that's the word. So it's a gladiator school where the gladiators take their classes and they learn how to read and do math. No, it's not like that.
And kill.
Yeah, and kill people. So the characters will be recent acquisitions to the. I can't remember the name, but it's a Bulgaro in this scenario, and they aren't necessarily new gladiators. They have been gladiators in other places, and they survived. And they were bought by the dominus of that Ludorum, and they will be trained. And then it coincides with a slavery revolt in the.
So they can kill their masters.
Yeah, so it may.
It's very problematic.
It is very problematic. Yeah, it includes slaves and all that. And it has sex, of course, because it's inspired by Spartacus.
Can I
But
say
it's not
cockiness?
cockiness. Yes, I was thinking about naming it cockiness, but then it might.
You could be expelled from Dark too.
Yeah, no. That's not the problem.
Yeah, but then people would think it was a gay. Yeah.
Well, it's about gladiators. Of course, it's gay. There's nothing more gay than something inspired by Spartacus, but that's another thing. I don't know if that's fashionable everywhere, but around here, songs that are called Spartacus are not the place where you want to go. Well, unless you want to. Okay, so that's it.
But not if you don't like cockiness.
Of course, if you want to cock in some other place. you may be maybe in the wrong place. Yeah. Okay. So inspired by Spartacus, not as much sex as Spartacus. We aren't that debauched.
You're
so
not.
No. No one is. I think.
Yeah, no.
It's the Romans. So, but basically, it's fight, violence more than. Of course, there will be also there are lots of debauchery tables, so you can.
Debauchery tables are fun to do. Yeah. And so that is the third one, right?
Third one, yes.
Fourth one,
I think it's
is
yours.
mine. Yeah, I think so. Yes, exactly.
Ritual. So you talk about it.
So the ritual is one shot for Wretched Epoch. That it's an investigation scenario. So the characters are detectives of the Brigade Criminal.
Yes.
And they are investigating the kidnapping of a young girl, a child. A child. But it's a very short. It's a very short scenario.
It's a very short scenario.
Well, I don't know how short this actually is, how many pages it ended up being. It's for one shot, but if it played by us, it could be more than one session. You have a set of characters, you have a description of the house. It's a bit, how can I say, a play of circumstances. You don't have that much clues to follow. You have a lot of red herrings and a lot of characters. Red herrings, you said? To interact with. It's fun. I think it turned out well. I like doing it. Yes, we'll have to I need to. Maybe that's something that we could play a live one. Yeah, that's one for I think it's a live one. It would be interesting. Next time we do a live session. So that's 4 out of the 11. Yes, those are the ones that are already out there. This week will be another one. Will be another release of a Wretched Verse. Even though this week there are 2 things to be released. Tomorrow tomorrow it's our birthday. Yes. Not our, but our the room. Yeah, which isn't red, but it could be. You'll have to paint this room red. Yeah. So the tomorrow birthday will be the Bastard Day. So tomorrow we'll release the new edition. You'll talk about that. I like calling it about the second coming, but okay, so we're gonna do a streaming tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do a streaming, so we'll talk about that. It only makes sense if you see the video still today. Yeah. On the 25th of April, we will do a streaming. And we'll talk about the Bastards then, not now. So never mind that. But we'll also release this week a Wretched Verse, which is something that we already played. You can check it in our channel. It's called. I'm not sure if I named it Press the Flash. I don't think so. I named it. It was yes. New Flash. Yeah. I just named it New Flash. So if you find the video that's about New Flash, it's probably it's a live. Yes, it's a live stream. It's probably that one. We played it with the game master was the author. It's Jeff Gosmick, and that's tomorrow. Not tomorrow. No, that's not tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Probably on Thursday. Maybe. Probably Thursday. Yes. This is a scenario as well. It's a small one shot, about 10 pages, I think, with illustrations and no map. This one has no maps. So this is the 5th one, right? The 5th one. Yes. Then the 6th one. The 6th one will be something again about Vitulia, which is Italy or Rome in the Wretched Bastards. And since we are releasing the Bastards, I think it's not a problem to release 2 scenarios that have similarities. Vitulia Reborn is about a campaign, a military campaign that will bring Vitulian soldiers into their neighboring countries. Helvetii, which is Switzerland, and Riget is France. It's the place where the campaign starts. So this is inspired by Rome. So again, legionnaires. Well, not again. The other one has few legionnaires. There are some. I was gonna say legionnaires is also gay, but not as gay as not as gay as gladiators. Yes, but yeah, that's true. Everything about Rome is gay.
So that's the next one.
And we don't know what the seventh is going to be. We may have some ideas,
yes,
but we're not going to talk about it.
I think I know.
There, so you already know.
Yeah,
it knows everything.
I know. It's probably for New Flash, and it's the one I'm doing right now. And it's a retro-futuristic city for New Flash, another location for New Flash, and there will be others after this. That's something that I planned before, but we planned doing a book about several cities, and now it will be inseparable. So this one is based. I'm not going to say it because most people don't know what it's. Anyway, it's retro-futuristic. It has some Jacques Tati's movies, Playtime and Traffic, and Mon Oncle. It has a look of retrofuturism, 1960s retrofuturism, and it will be also, so it's not a location, or maybe it's a location, but it has there is a story there. If you take the story out of it, there's not much of a place to be. It would have to be expanded for that, and that wasn't the plan. The initial plan was to have several cities with stuff happening in each of them, so they wouldn't be as developed as Avalidad, but there will be something that you can use to for a small short campaign. So this one is there's a glitch in the technology. And artificial intelligence that goes nuts, and that's something that's also a joke on us, of course, on our artificial intelligent art generation. So okay, there's more stuff already done, but those ones I'm not going to talk about because
and yes, so the idea of the Wretched Verses is to publish very short scenarios that are going to be only in PDF, and then maybe they will be, probably they will be put together and then printable. Like for example, the cities for New Flash.
When we have enough, we may do an anthology of.
And then it will be something about Vitulian, because you probably may have some more ideas.
Even these two can be compiled in one. I think they aren't that small, so if you join the two together, it's probably.
And I may do if I I know I may have some more small scenarios that I wanted to do for Epoch.
Yeah.
That now, instead of trying to turn into something big, I can just put in a Wretched Verse, and then they can be done in anthology. So that is the plan. This is for people that like to buy things only in paper. Okay, the Wretched Verses.
Yes, if you don't want to buy them as PDFs, you can wait. Of course, not all of them will eventually fall somewhere, because some of them will probably be impossible to join unless we join them in a second edition. It's possible. For example, the Dan could be in the next in the second edition of Wretched Epoch. It's a possibility. I don't know yet, but it could be.
You haven't planned that far ahead.
Yeah, that's not the plan anyway. But there will be the Wretched Epoch second edition. That's probably one of the next things coming from the Red Room. We are already starting work on Vigilantes, and that is probably the next big book from the Red Room. But there will also be other stuff besides that and the Wretched Verses. I can't say what, but
I'm doing my scenario is going to be the third volume of what do you call it? Emmett City.
Crime City.
Blues, exactly.
So yeah, that one makes sense to be a separate volume, because the other ones were independent books, so it will be like any of the past scenarios. And I think this is it.
Yes, well, we can say that we are open for contributions for the Wretched Verses.
Yes, as you probably noticed, two of the books are already from other people, and we know that there's some other stuff being done or thought about. So possibilities are open, and you can write something or use something that you have written already, but you haven't used it, or you have played it but not published it. So
yeah, in case in Judge, it was the
yes, in this case, he had done a game session with us, and well, it just published it, released it as a Wretched Verse. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be talking about Wretched
we could do
Bastards.
tomorrow also talking about Wretched Bastards, and you can do
Yes, okay,
MS.
you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.